Hey there, Danavan Hylton, CEO of Hylton Lead Marketing Agency, relationship management expert and consultant as well. Hylton Lead Marketing Agency is a full-service sales and marketing firm specializing in business development, community relations, to ultimately assist employers, workforce development organizations, local business chambers, nonprofit organizations, and government agencies increase their community presence, as well as increase their customer base. If any of you know my story, we're here in Nashville, Tennessee, but if you know my story, my wife and I, at the time my girlfriend, Malika, and I came to Nashville homeless. We came to Nashville because she was raised by her dad, hadn't seen her mom in over 10 years, and her mom had just moved from Memphis to Nashville, and she invited us to come down. I never met her mom, talked to her on the phone maybe once or twice, and we had no place to go, not because of anything other than simply just, we had to move. We were uprooted out of our place. We lost our place. Our money slowed down. And so here we are, 21, 22 years of age, and nowhere to go, and got an opportunity to move to Nashville. So we took our last few dollars, went to the casino, saved the rest, and came to Nashville. And here we are. I'm still breathing, for one. We just had our 7-year wedding anniversary. 3 beautiful boys in Nashville. And we're running a self-sustaining business. Now, how long will this last? I don't know, but all I can do is stay faithful and positive, because it's been 10 years and we've gotten better. We've been very fortunate in that regard through grace. And not only that, but I'm on several boards now for local business chambers. I'm on the leadership council for the National Small Business Association, if you can follow me some. Also work with employers. And workforce development organizations, particularly in the industrial skilled trades sector. And as I represent more of your lower income communities and connecting those residents with wages that can assist them of getting to the middle class is the minimum. And I work with workforce development organizations to include trade schools, nonprofit organizations, and government agencies that provide skilled trade training for little money or for free. I'm starting to realize my niche. My point to all this, living in the beautiful Nashville, the price continues to rise, but I'm recognizing that those with little skills are in the service industry, to include your teachers, your firefighters, your police officers, those that work at hotels, those that work at restaurants, to include your skilled trades, are finding it hard to stay in Nashville due to the rising costs. I believe a segment just came out, and I'll post that link here in Nashville, that if you're not making $80,000, you're not living comfortably in Nashville. So how do you do that if you're a low-income resident? That means that you have to, first of all, if you can, traditionally it's said that single parents or single family households have a harder time. And so that means that you, want to make sure that the family bond is stronger, because if you have 2 working parents or 2 working individuals in the house, that means that $80,000 now becomes $40,000. So the question becomes, how do you maintain at least $40,000 a year, which really is something that you're skating by with. My point to all this is, I've always had a passion to see others, to include businesses. That's what business development is about, is actually assisting companies make more money in sales. Why? Because with more sales, they're able to sustain jobs and increase job growth. Assisting workforce development organizations and directing local residents there. Assisting business chambers with recruiting businesses into the area. Assisting nonprofits with raising funds. Assisting government agencies with becoming more engaged in their community. And so I've always done that as far as service, because to me, that's what a human being is supposed to be about, being service-minded. How do I give back? But shout out to Mr. George Craig Williams, a great friend and mentor. Shout out to Willstar Technology, Inc., a information technology company specializing in blockchain development. He and I had a conversation, and he said, Donovan, you've always had a heart to give. And if you see I'm squirming, we're in nature, so there's a lot of insects flying around. He said, you always had a lot to give, to offer someone. But what about yourself? And I said, well, you know, my focus is not on myself, it's to help others. But he said, Donovan, as you're helping others, it's just as important for you to help yourself. Ask for what you want. Seek out what you want. Because when you do that, he's always taught me, when you can conceive, believe, and if you can conceive and believe, you will achieve. What does that mean? If you can conceive, which is in your mind, if you can come up with it in your mind and believe that it can happen, belief is really faith. But at the same time, if you are a true mover and shaker, you know that faith without works is dead. So if you can conceive it in your mind and believe it to happen and put the work behind that belief, you can conceive it. And so here I am today, stepping out my comfort zone, continuing to grow personally. And as I grow personally through personal development, I grow through my career. And so I'm standing in front of you at about 75 plus acres. Decided to pull up, drive here, and check it out. Why is it so significant? Because this particular area is not too far from downtown Nashville, where a lot of the growth is happening. But this particular area can become what I call a workforce development community. Workforce development community, which would allow those that are making roughly $40,000 a place to stay and still be able to live in Nashville. And with the workforce development community, I see not only residential housing, but I also see mixed income housing, mixed use housing, as well as commercial development as well. And so I'm stepping out my comfort zone and I'm challenging you as well to claim what you want. Don't just hope. Actually get out here and live that dream. Step out here and see yourself, creating. And in this case, I can see this road straight ahead. You see that road there leading to residential housing, leading to mixed income housing, and leading to commercial development for this community, and working with our local government, our state government, and hopefully our federal government to be able to have a special regulation to where this area can allow people to live here in peace and not have to focus on being pushed out due to the income. And so I'm here, actually walking the steps. Now, if you know me, you know that I'm going through challenges myself. My business continues to fluctuate, and that's growing pains. That's fine. Ups and downs lets you know that you're alive. If the lifeline was going straight, that's what you call flatlining, and you know that you're gone. But if you have ups and downs, that means that you're experiencing life, which is a great thing. And so if you know me and where I'm at personally, you can say, well, Donovan, how do you even conceive 75 plus acres at $4.5 million, and you know that you're going through some things personally? Well, that's because, again, I'm putting my work behind my faith, and I'm challenging you to do the same thing. And I want to show you this thing here because once it does come into fruition, I want you to be able to know that that was possible. Bear witness to what I'm saying. And so if what I have in mind doesn't particularly work, I know that something close to it will work. And that's my whole point of showing you today. And so as I look to not only become a skilled business developer, a skilled community relations expert, I'm also now starting to think bigger. Okay, well, how do I become a developer of workforce development communities? Because I do see that as a need. Not everyone has six figures. Not everyone has, the traditional. There are people out here that are working hard and are just caught between a rock and a hard place. And here I can see not only residential housing, but also apartment complexes and mixed use housing as well, to be able to allow people to stay here. So I challenge you to continue to grow your mind and to continue to walk in that faith. Put the work behind that faith, because it will happen. For 10 years, I've been very fortunate to witness that. Coming here with nothing, literally, except for the clothes on my back, 2 duffel bags, and a few, I think it was about two $20 bills. Had to come out to now, I'm sorry? Layers of clothes. My wife wanted to throw out there. She said, don't just say clothes on your back. When you got to the airport and you were running late to catch the airport, what did the front desk tell you? Oh, it's going to cost you X amount of additional money because you have these bags. I didn't have the money to pay for it, because if I did, when I came to Nashville, I'll be flat broke. So what my wife and I did, we were just dating at the time, we were at the airport in front of the front desk. We took all of our clothes out of 2 duffel bags, and I put them on my body. And so I walked on the airplane with like 8 layers of clothes on, not matching nothing. and 2 duffel bags just so I can bring what I had with me. And here I am now, just had our 7-year wedding anniversary, blessed with 3 beautiful boys, and running a self-sustaining business. I started off as a janitor when I moved to Nashville, and here I am now finding out, Donovan, what are your skills? What do people see your value? What do you see them paying you for? And that was a tough process because I had to learn myself, know thyself, and know that what could I do, not leverage, but what could I do myself to be able to have someone pay me? And it's been a 2-year process. And if you saw our first website, we've come a long way. Make sure we post that link, www.e1connect.com. We've come a long way. And now I'm able to become more empowered. And now I'm thinking that, hey, I don't need someone to take care of me based upon either a job or the government. With all due respect, I can come out here and take care of myself. And I think that was the original intent of the human being before we got into commercial development and civilization. We had to all take care of ourselves. Wise person once told me, as you take care of yourself, also take care of your neighbor, because if you don't, your neighbor's problem will become your problem. And so I'm here today because I'm listening to my neighbors, and I want to see everyone prosper, to include myself. And so I'm stepping outside my comfort zone. And I drove here just to look and to see and to visualize and to get telephone numbers and to find out, what do I need to do? Who do I need to connect with to make this conception a achievement. If you can conceive and believe, you can achieve. And so I'm just here as my wife is standing here strong, watching out for the insects and the jitterbugs. Not the jitterbugs, they're called chiggers. Yeah. Chiggers. I didn't know anything about chiggers until I came to Nashville, and I just had a whole bunch of bites on my leg. And if I could be a little impersonal, chiggers are designed to crawl up your leg and get into the growing area as well as under your armpits. And so you don't want that. So she's kind of moving the camera because she don't want no chiggers. Neither do I. But this is the work that we're putting in behind our faith. And so I challenge you. Shout out to Mr. George Craig Williams for continuing to inspire me. Shout out to Willstar Technologies. Blockchain, if you don't know what that is, it's a huge platform designed to increase efficiency, security, and trustworthiness from a peer-to-peer perspective of getting information and transactions done. Blockchain, to some degree, if you're familiar with cryptocurrency, it's in that same rail, but a little different. IBM, International Business Machine, is doing an outstanding job of leading the way, as well as Linux. Linux is doing a great job working through IBM for blockchain. And so, again, if you want to grow yourself, visualize, get out here, put the work behind your faith, but also you want to make sure that you get around a circle that's like-minded. And not only get around a circle that's like-minded, get around a circle that's like-minded, that's actually doing the work and have achieved things, because if you're able to do that, you're going to watch and learn and become the same individual. So I just want to give you one more shot of what I see. I'm going to go for it. Forget it. YOLO. You only live once. And hopefully this will be an area for everyone to enjoy and to bring more peace to Nashville, a great city that's doing a lot of great work. But I know they're also experiencing a lot of great challenges. Danavan Hylton, CEO of Hylton Elite Marketing Agency. I'm getting out of here because I don't like chiggers. Remember, we're more than just marketing.